guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. My name is Sarah, also known as Laugh Lovely Angela, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you guys some of my favorite vintage and antique finds that I have picked up over the last few years. A lot of this is stuff I already had. A couple of these are new items, so I'll be sharing with you guys some styling ideas for ones I've already had and my plans for the new ones that I picked up recently. But I'm excited to share with you guys, and let's get right into it. Now, starting off, when it comes to curating your home and bringing in those vintage, antique, beautiful, one-of-a-kind pieces, know that it takes time to really source what it is that you are looking for. This is not just an overnight snap of the fingers kind of thing. It's the same as just styling your home in general. It takes time to get it to the end goal, and it's an ever-changing process as well. And so just know that it's okay to not be where you want to be, but where you are today is different than where you were years ago. And you don't really know where you're going to end up with it either. So our home has come so incredibly far in the 3.5 years that we've been here, but we still have goals for it. And those goals will come in due time. But for now, I'm doing everything I can to make our house a super cozy home and bring in lots of character. And I love to do that with these vintage and antique finds. Now, where I do source these from, obviously local antique stores, antique malls, but I have two go-to areas, one of them being Golden Oldies Antiques in High Point, North Carolina. They have a physical location as well as an Etsy shop, so that way you can still get items shipped to you. And then another is my friend Kate's Etsy shop, Gray on Elm, that I have shared so many times. It should be a household name for you guys by now, but she has sourced so many beautiful pieces, and I have not personally found them locally, and I just can't help but pick up what it is that she finds because they are so gorgeous for one, and two, she packages it so well that I know it's gonna make it to me safely. So let's get into some of my favorite pieces from over the years. So speaking of Kate's shop, one of the pieces that I had purchased not too long ago from her was this beautiful glazed floral patterned vase. I had only come across something like this one time before at an antique store, and it wasn't the exact color variation that I was looking for, so I decided to pass on it. That's a super important note when you are trying to source these types of items. Don't compromise. If you have a vision in your mind and it does not fit that, just wait. Practicing patience just overall is so worth it in the long run. You're going to be spending less money because you're not going to be purchasing to replace your vision, but you're going to be so much happier that you waited to find that perfect piece that was missing in your home. But I picked up this vase from her. I recently styled it in my coffee table styling ideas for spring. I love that it's mainly beige but has this dark brown color on it. But if I turn it around, it's just solid beige. So if I really want it to pop against the built-ins that are a beautiful dark color, I can absolutely do that. But I grabbed this one, and then she posted the sister, and I had to reunite them. It just was the right thing to do. And this one is this incredible dark brown finish, slightly more matte in color, little glazed moments here or there, but oh my goodness. I have not come across any exactly like this with the floral pattern. I've come across them where there are circles, like spirals or fireworks, but I will keep my eye out, and if I find something, I will absolutely be sure to share it with you guys. All right, so I'm going to try to do the more like items kind of corralled together. So the next one that I love to decorate with are these mini clay pots. Now this one I had styled in our kitchen. It's just a nice little dainty touch. I've also styled it on our side table. It's actually a chest. That's going to be one item that I also highlight in today's video. But I love these clay pots. They come in so many different color and size variations and just add that little touch. You can style them on their own. You can layer them with other pieces. I have some dried baby's breath in this one. This is one that's from Golden Oldies, as well as this one that I recently picked up. And it came with the little iron ring on it. So that way it sits nice and flat on whatever surface I put it on. But you can see this one's a beautiful light brown with this ridge detail, and this one's solid with some like distressing type of like not smooth. I'm blanking out on the word right now. But these are just two of the ones I have. I also have a light gray one that I have layered with another vase before, but these are just such a great addition to add to shelf styling, smaller tables that need a little touch. You can put it in a bathroom on the counter as well, and it won't get in the way because it's not a super heavy and clunky item that you're adding. Another find that I love to decorate with, I actually have two different ones right now that I am using. One of them is this super large wooden vase. This is from Kate's Etsy shop. She has a whitewashed version and one that's a slightly lighter color available, but I recently styled this on our entry table in my spring entryway styling ideas video with some beautiful lilac stems in it, and it was such a statement moment. I've also used it on our dining table, our kitchen island. I'm sure I will put it on the built-ins at some point, but this is the type of piece that is such a great foundational item that you can use all year round and is by far worth it. This one's also pretty heavy as well. It's a really great size, and I love the style lines on it. It's so beautiful. But I also recently picked one up from Golden Oldies as well, and this one is a skinnier version that is slightly lighter in color. They did have some that were a darker near black. They had some lighter brown ones. They also had some whitewashed ones. So they had a ton available that were super tall, super small. They weren't that small. They were probably this big still, so it's still a good size. You can put it under a kitchen cabinet as well. It would still fit, or you could go for a bigger statement piece like this one. This was not the largest one. They had some that were even bigger than this as well, and some that were even wider, which was incredible. But love styling with wooden jugs. I'm probably going to put this one on our built-ins, and then my next trip to Golden Oldies, get a smaller pairing one so I can style them together in a layered look. And that way I can put stems in the shorter one so I don't have to worry about my stems hitting the top of a shelf, but I can still have florals, or just opt to have them layered with each other. It's such a beautiful pairing and brings an organic element into the built-ins as well. So our little lady has recently found her voice. So she is already a chatterbox. You will hear her in the background. She is just hanging out with her book for now. But the next item that I really love to style with are different stone bowls. So there's so many different variations again that you can get of these. This is one from Kate's Etsy shop. It's this beautiful grayish color. I had not seen any in person this color tone. Golden Oldies does have some that are black, but I had wanted something a little bit lighter, again, to contrast the built-ins. I don't need every single item to contrast, but I do need some. And also because my entry table and my coffee table are dark brown stains, contrast again. But this is such a great styling with some bowl filler in it. You could style it with a candle as well that I have done. So I have that lighter one from her shop, but I also have this darker brown one that has the most beautiful detail on it. I absolutely love it. Again, I've styled this with a candle on our side table next to the green chair. I've also styled it on a wooden riser with some different little fillers in it, but love to decorate with those. And then another bowl. This one is a marble scalloped bowl. This is from Golden Oldies. They do have this available in their Etsy shop, so definitely be sure to check that out. But love this one. I got these shipped to me last year. They had them at Spring Market and I walked away. They did bring them back this year though, which is really great. But these are just beautiful, styled on a stack of books. You can use it as a catch-all for your keys. I have one of them styled on our kitchen counter for garlic cloves. And then I actually have another one upstairs for my husband's collar stays. That's just a real life thing of using pretty decor elements as a functional everyday item. And he doesn't mind at all because everything is exactly where it should be. And I don't mind because I have this beautiful bowl to look at every day. So I did have to steal his for this video, so I'm gonna go upstairs and put it back after this is done. But I do love that. And then another bowl is this handled wooden one. This one was from Golden Oldies as well. I styled this on our built-ins with a candle in it, and it was such a cool element. They had a ton of different variations of them. There's not too many left. The last visit that I took, they had some larger ones left. I'm sure they'll get more in at some point. I just don't know when. So you can feel free to message them, email them, and ask. But I just love the character of this. Again, I really focus on decorating with organic elements to really focus on bringing different textures in as well. And I feel like it just gives a really balanced look in any space. Speaking of decorating with organic elements, I love these wooden stamp blocks. These are from Golden Oldies. They come with a bunch of different patterns on them, some of them and sizes. Some of them have handles on them, some of them don't. So you could easily put like one of these on a stack of books on a coffee table or a side table. I've also styled this smaller one in a marble bowl as well on our side table, and it just brings in an organic element like I mentioned, but it's also just such a cool piece. And I love that you can find the different patterns there. I like looking for the floral ones, especially for spring and summer, but they just have some cool ones that will just work all year round. And if you can't find one that is flat, you could easily take the handle off of it. I got that tip from Hannah Naylor because she had one styled on her table and I was like, where did you get one without it? And she said, I just took it off. So don't let it limit you, but these are such a great element. You can find them at Golden Oldies, but also from different Etsy shops as well. Now, this find I had recently shared, well, fairly recent, not too recent. I shared it on my Instagram page. So if you are not following me there, I share more real-time things when they're happening. But I picked up a couple of these cast iron horse heads on Etsy. And it was from a shop, Last Vestige, I'm pretty sure. If they have any left, I will have it linked in the video description. As with anything here that I am able to link, it will be in the description box, or I will link something similar because these are all unique, one-of-a-kind pieces. So I'm not going to be able to find you the exact replica, but something similar that you could style in your home. But I thought that these were so cool. Not sure exactly where it's going to go yet. I also need to figure out the logistics of hanging this because it's not solid on the back and there are these two holes here. So I might makeshift a wooden block to sit in here and put a mount on it. And that way, I swear she's happy. That way I can screw just into the wooden block and then have my actual like mounting bracket be on the wood piece. So I just thought of that, and that I think that might work, but stay tuned. I'm not sure where he's going to end up. I have two, but we will see. I thought this was such a cool find that I had not seen anywhere else before. Another item I recently picked up from Golden Oldies was one of these, I actually grabbed a couple of them, these black soapstone hand-carved plates. They're a tray. It's a little footed tray. It has these little tiny feet detail on it. And I had seen somebody style one as a candle holder. You could also use it as a coaster as well, but I think doing it as a candle holder on a coffee table or on a side table is just such a great pairing, and it brings in some visual interest, a different color, a different texture as well. But I love these, and I love how they had so many different variations of them. I grabbed this one, and then I also grabbed this one, but I had seen after the fact, because they honestly had so many, some that had like a more angular detail on them. So I'm gonna have to grab at least one more when I make a trip back to get a different shape to throw into the mix. But I thought that that was such a really cool, fun find. Another piece that I love, I picked this up last year from Golden Oldies. I love functional decor elements, and I had seen this little box here. It does open, it's a working box. I love little pieces like this that can be a hideaway for real things that you have. This could easily be styled on a console table. I've styled it in our secretary desk on the shelves. I'm planning to put it in the built-ins. The built-ins are going to house probably 85 to 90% vintage and antique decor finds, because those are the items that bring me so much joy, and half of the fun of these items is finding them. I have such a fun time hunting down pieces that I am looking for, and when you finally come across it, or you get surprised by something that you didn't know that you needed, it's just so fun. And I love to house those items in a place that I see and sit in every single day. And we spend so much time in our living room space, especially with the little babe. She's on the playmat right now, actually. We're always sitting down here feeding her and everything. This is where we gather after a long day all together as a family. So I want that to be where everything shines. Bless you. I want everything to shine, and I want it to have its moment. I don't want to hide and tuck things away. I want them showcased because they are so beautiful. But an item that I didn't know that I needed, because I didn't know it existed, is one of these iron stirrups on a stand. So many of you got your hands on them as well, which makes me so incredibly happy. It's so cool. I've never come across anything quite like it. They had a couple different variations. I styled it on our coffee table in a recent video. I also styled it on our bookshelves. I have a couple of them now, so I can put them in multiple places, but I thought that that was such a fun element. And another pieces that I love that I've had for some time now is I love finding little horses when I'm at antique stores, antique malls. I have a couple of brass ones. This is a mini one. It's so small. So I have this one. I also have this cast iron one. So depending on where I'm decorating things, I'll go for brass, I'll go for iron, I'll go for a metal. Brass is metal. I don't have a brain right now. Depending on what the space needs, because I don't want every special element to be iron, and I don't want every element to be brass. I like to do a mix of things. So depending on where it goes, I need different options of ponies. So I have this cast iron one. I also have a larger sized brass one too. And I'm sure along the years as it comes, I will find more horses to bring into the mix as well. But love those. And then another thing that I love to decorate with are bells. And bells do not need to be boxed into Christmas time. You can absolutely decorate with bells all year round. You can decorate with evergreens all year round if it makes you happy and brings you joy. It is your home. You do what you want. But I love to decorate with bells, specifically like primitive antique type bells. So this one I got at Golden Oldies last year. I have not come across any more like this at Golden Oldies. I'm gonna have to ask them if they have any more coming in, because I would love to have enough to use as bowl filler. I think that would be so incredibly pretty. But I also love layered look of bells. And so I have this set here. This was from Kate's Etsy shop, Gray on Elm. And I've styled them just layered together or singled out. I did this one in our early spring living room video on my coffee table. I just put it in front of a candle just to add a little bit of brass in the mix. But I've also had it where I've tied them together with some ribbon for the Christmas season, and I love that look. You could technically do that year round too. Just, again, whatever makes you happy, it's your home. There's no rules. There's no rules. You can ask for inspiration, you can ask for guidance, but it is your home and you need to do what makes you happy. But I love decorating with antique bells. I like them just sitting on a book. I also like them hanging. I think it really can help add some height into a much needed area on a console table, on some shelves. I wouldn't do it in like an open area of like a dining table or an island hanging. I would do it something that has like a back or a coffee table I would do it on. But otherwise, just put it on a stack of books, put it on a wooden riser. Speaking of, I love this wooden riser. I got this at Golden Oldies also. Do you see a theme? I have favorites. I got this at Golden Oldies last year, my first trip actually, and I have never come across a wooden riser that is round and square, because it actually is round and square. I've come across rectangular ones, circular ones. I have both. But this one, I always keep coming back to. It's my favorite. And I just think it's because it's so unique, one, and two, the coloring is so absolutely spot on that it works literally anywhere. I've styled this on our coffee table, our dining table, our entry table. It's probably going to go on the built-ins as well, but love to decorate with this in various places. Another new item that I have not styled yet, but I have a couple ideas for it, is this wooden floral hook. I got this from Kate's shop as well. I think it is so incredibly pretty and unique. I've not come across anything like it, and it's such a great way of adding texture to a wall, and I think it is so incredibly cool. Bless you. Oh my goodness. I just thought that this was the coolest thing ever. I immediately added it to the cart because I have not seen anything like it. So I have a couple ideas. I could put it on the wall next to our pantry door in the kitchen, or I could put it, because I figure I'm going to put a basket on the hook and I can put some florals in it. Or I could put this in our half bathroom on the left side, so opposite the towel holder, again with a basket, so that way I could style florals and not have something sitting on the vanity. Let me know your thoughts, because I'm tied between the two of them, but I thought that this was so cool and unique, and I'm so excited to style it somewhere in our home. Another item, this one's newer to me, is this brass box. Now I picked up two larger ones. One is like a shorter version and one is a taller cylindrical one. But again, just like that wooden one that I had shared before, functional decor just checks all the boxes for me. I love it. And I especially love ones like this that have so many beautiful details on it, even in their simplistic nature of just being a brass container. I think it is so incredibly pretty. But this one was from Golden Oldies. They still had a few of them when I was there, but absolutely love that. And then the last item I'm sharing today, I found this iron candle holder at the Depot. Depot is one of my favorite antique stores, malls. It's the largest antique mall in the South. I have not been in quite some time, almost a year. I really, really am overdue to make a Depot run. So I'm gonna have to text Sky and see. She's always down to go to the Depot. But loved this. But I like styling candle holders in pairs or threes. And I had only found the one, but I was perusing Etsy and I came across a baby one. So now I can style both of them together. Mainly gonna be for the entry table because this one is just so incredibly large. I don't know if it will fit on the built-ins with a candle on it. It might just make it. We're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to play around with that. But I was so excited to finally find a pairing with the same exact, with the same exact style lines. So if you ever find something and you just find one, do a reverse Google search. Just sit and type iron tripod taper candle holder and see what comes up. Whatever it is that you were looking to find a mate for, somebody probably has found one as well. So this piece I absolutely love. This I picked up from Golden Oldies last year at Spring Market. It is this beautiful large chest and it has these really pretty brass details on it. We use this as a side table. That's a really great way of introducing a vintage or antique piece, adding some character in your home if you are renting or if you own, but specifically if you are renting, look for furniture items. So we absolutely love this. I have it styled with this marble bowl and the stamp block that I shared before from Golden Oldies as well. But this we actually, for one, use as obviously a side table, but it also houses all of our board games. So it is filled to the brim, but we just put all of our board games in here so they're easily accessible. And because we don't play with them every single day, it's fine to put them in here and we just clear it off. But yeah, absolutely love this piece. And in my recent trip, they had a very, very similar one if you are looking for something like this. And the last item that I am sharing in today's video is this absolutely gorgeous antique secretary desk. This is an antique piece of furniture. It is so incredibly old. I found it on Facebook Marketplace early last year and it is so incredibly stunning. It really defines the space. I just have it styled with a Pottery Barn basket on top, one of the lidded ones. But I actually have been living with this empty for a little bit. Not the bottom, but just the top. Because we are doing the built-ins, I feel like since it is smaller down here and it's open concept, it's gonna be very overwhelming to look at items styled on shelves across from each other. And so I actually have a plan for this. I did do a styling video of this piece last year, so I will have that linked down below if you are looking for some shelf styling ideas until my built-ins are wrapped up, and then it's game on for that. But I had seen Kelsey Lee Designs share this beautiful piece that they had in their shop. It was not a secretary desk, but it was a beautiful wooden cabinet and with the glass panes, but they actually had fabric behind the glass, so you couldn't see into it. So it was actually a storage cabinet rather than a display cabinet. And as soon as I saw that, I have been hyper fixated on it. So I need to find, for one, I'm going to put a picture here of the screenshot that I took of that beautiful piece that she had shared. But I'm thinking that's what I'm going to do, because We don't have a lot of storage in our home, and we are building some with the built-ins, but it can only do so much. I am in the process of getting rid of decor. You guys will be proud because with this job has perks. It also comes with lots of things, and lots of things means busyness, cluttered mind, cluttered environment, all the things. And I don't have space for everything. So I am downsizing for things I have not used in quite some time, which is great, but I could use the storage because I right now have candles stored in a kitchen cabinet, and that probably is not everyone's first choice of where to put something because there's just not space in their house. So I think it would be a great idea to put some fabric curtains on the inside of this cabinet and create some more storage for our home and not have to rehome this piece because it is so incredibly pretty. So leave me a comment down below and let me know your thoughts on that. So that is going to wrap up today's video, friends. I sure hope you enjoyed seeing some of my favorite antique and vintage finds that I have picked up over the years. Be sure to leave me a comment down below and let me know which one your favorite was that I shared in today's video. I don't have favorites, but that's not true. They're all my favorite. I don't have a most favorite out of my favorites, but leave a comment down below. Let me know what your favorites were in today's video. And again, anything that I can have linked will be down in the video description. But thank you as always for hanging out with me here today, friends, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.